Hello there. Well, this is a Ten-Tech 962 power supply. It puts out about 20 amps at 12 to 14 volts. This can run a Ten-Tech Omni 6 Plus or equivalent. At any rate, I ended up putting a solid-state relay in this thing, the best that China has to offer. I picked up this solid-state relay off of Amazon and installed it into this power supply. And the reason why is this. So I don't have proper plugs to run this Pegasus, and I've just been plugging these wires in to the plug that goes on back of the Omni Plus. So when I run the Pegasus, I just unplug this plug, and I've been shoving wires into it, which isn't really so good. But I did order some molex plugs finally, but what I've been doing is just shoving a wire in. So I guess some of the radios have like an on off here, so they put the entire AC supply, the primary of the big transformer here, they put it through this little plug into your radio. And I thought, geez, that's a lot of current. So I've been putting a wire in there just to short it out to get 12 volts running here to the little Pegasus radio here. And that wire kind of sparks and shorts, and I thought, tired of that. So I did put in this this solid state relay here, which is good for 40 amps. This power supply only draws about 2 to 4 amps of AC current at 110 volts AC. So anyway, the switch on this thing was broken, and somebody put in a good switch in it. So I just reused that switch, put a plastic cover on it that I found. I bought some Chinese switches that were junk. Ended up using the same old switch in the Chinese cover here. And the way this works is power comes in through the fuse. It goes to this board here, which is selecting the primaries to be 115 volts or 230 volts for Europe. And then it feeds the primary. The grounding wire goes here also. So I just ended up taking on this. I just basically go across this thing with the load. So here's the load here. I just use this for load, which means that we're going basically from this pin on the fuse to the load pin here on this board. And then this other side is doing the switching. And so for that, you want to have a wire from common. And in electrical code, this should be a white wire, but it's not. And the black should be hot, because this thing's backwards. Anyway, so I run this wire from a common connection on this circuit board here, which is basically this wire coming in from the wall socket, going to that board. And the other wire from the wall socket goes to the fuse holder. So that's how this works. And then in series, you have this switch here in series with the power plug. So the power plug, they used to run AC up through here, and they still do. I didn't circumvent this. I just have this. This has to be shorted through the radio, and the switch has to be on for the power supply to work, which turns on this solid state switch. So this isn't much of a change, but I don't know. I got to find a place to put this thing now. I'll probably tie wrap it here for now, so it can't be banging around and shorting out. And maybe I'll find a place to put it later, but this makes me just feel better about the power supply, that I'm not having to deal with high primary current up on the radio anymore. I'll let the solid state relay take care of it. Anyway, small little project here. I don't know. I guess it was kind of a pain in the neck, but it's done now. And I'm glad the parts that I bought worked. I'm glad this thing's working fine. Well, does it work fine? We'll see. But sure enough, I can plug this back in the radio here, like that. There it is, click, click. And put this thing in the wall socket, make sure this thing's not shorted on anything here. I don't want it shorting out and causing an explosion. Okay, that thing is not causing any trouble now, so plug in the power supply here. And now, since the radio's plugged in and it's shorting these two wires, and a little switch goes on and the power goes on like it should and off like it should. It's just now we're switching through the auspices of the solid state relay. We're not switching through the this switch is not handling 2 amps, which it shouldn't be doing. It's a small switch, so it's handling a very small current now to turn on and off this solid state relay. And now the solid state relay is mitigating the big transformer here. So hey, that's the story. I'm glad you're doing fine. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.